Hi, welcome back to another Crypto Dave video. It's Monday morning, which means another staking and Masternodes update video. And before I start, apologies for the lack of Friday afternoon videos recently. I haven't done one, I think, for 3 weeks now. I did actually do one last Friday. So I recorded it, and then when I came to edit it, all the sound had kind of messed up. So I had some kind of glitch in the computer. The sound was all kind of stuttery, and I was really tired. I couldn't be bothered to go back and redo it. But I will be starting again on Friday, but I'm going to change the format. So I'm going to be doing them in a live stream format. Now, I've never done a live stream before, so I'm not sure how it will go, but I'll be going over the same kind of stuff. So I'll be going over sort of like news from the kind of week in the markets and bits and bobs like that, but I will be doing it as a live stream. So if you are online, you can ask me kind of questions, or even afterwards you can ask me questions, and then I can kind of like come back to you maybe the following week. So I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go. I'm going to be doing it sort of Friday afternoon UK time. I'm not sure if that's going to be a great time for many of my subscribers, but anyway, I'm going to start this week and we'll see how it goes, and then we'll kind of tweak it from there. And just before we start looking at the rewards for the last week, I also want to just run over just one change this week. So BeanCash. So I've been staking BeanCash in simple POS pool until this last week. So when I first started with BeanCash, I had it staking in a local wallet, and then it got to a kind of point where it just stopped staking, and it stopped staking for well over a kind of month. I tried reblocking various bits and pieces that people had suggested online, and in the end I just moved over to a staking pool. So I've been moved it to a staking pool, and it's been pretty reliable and successful. But a few people have said, why aren't you staking on a local wallet? So I thought, oh, maybe it's time to move it back. So basically I withdrew all my BeanCash from simple POS pool into a local wallet, and I got that set up. Now the BeanCash wallet can have a few kind of issues. I had some connection issues, I had to sort out port forwarding and various other little bits and bobs on the machine, but it seems to be running now. The average time to stake sort of varies according to the wallet between about 6 and 8 days, but I did actually receive a stake this week. So that's the change to the setup this week. And the only other thing I wanted to run over was that once a month or so I run over all the coins in turn and explain how I'm staking, or what I'm kind of doing, whether I'm running a Masternode staking, how I'm staking local wallets or pools or anything. So I think it's probably time to do that. A couple of people have asked me over the last couple of weeks about my setup, so I'll just run over that very briefly now. We'll start at the top of the list with NavCoin. So I'm staking my NavCoin using a NavPi. So that's a Raspberry Pi. I think it's type B, is it? Raspberry Pi type B. So it's just an image basically. It sits there, it only uses a tiny amount of kind of power, connects via an Ethernet cable into your kind of network. So I use that to stake my NavCoin. You can of course stake on the core wallet as well. Syndicate, I have well, with relation to this table, I have two Masternodes set up. They're both running on Vulture, and I use the core wallet to interface with that. Neutron, I'm staking with the core wallet on my staking machine here. NeoGas, so NeoGas cold stakes, so you just need to hold your Neon address and it accumulates gas. So I use the Neon wallet tied into my Ledger Nano S to interface with that. So I just log in once a week and claim the gas basically that's accumulated that week. BeanCash, as I mentioned, I was on a pool, but I'm now staking with the local wallet, so that's the core wallet. There's some good advice in there in the Reddit and stuff like that if you have issues with it connecting and syncing and stuff like that. So the BeanCash wallet is a little bit temperamental. It can disconnect from the kind of network, and suddenly you can sit there and realize there's zero connection. So if you have issues with that, have a look at some of the suggestions on the subreddit in the past. So there's some suggestions for port forwarding and stuff like that. But BeanCash, I've just started this week back with local staking. SmartCash, I have two Smartnodes running on Vulture VPSs again, and I use the core wallet to keep an eye on that. In addition, with SmartCash, if you just hold your SmartCash and don't perform any outgoing transactions in a month, then you get you're eligible for smart rewards. I think it's you need more than 1,000 SmartCash in a particular address, but then you're eligible for smart rewards. They come in on the 25th of the month. Linda. So Linda, I'm staking on my node pool, which is the official Linda staking pool, and I'm also staking Shard on that same pool. Akroma, I'm running a Masternode again using a Vulture server. And finally, PIVX, I am pool staking on a simple POS pool. So that's my setup. So a bit of a mixture. All my Masternodes are with Vulture. Anything I'm locally staking is generally with the core wallet, apart from NavPi, and then I've got a few coins that are a pool staking, so stuff like PIVX, Shard, and Linda. Anyway, let's jump over to the results for this week. So starting at the top of the list with NavCoin, we can see 3.83 coins this week worth $1.37. Syndicate 95 coins worth $4.92. Neutron 14.67 coins worth 25 cents. NeoGas 0.359 worth $2.04. BeanCash, so we had a stake of BeanCash. So a stake with BeanCash is 1,000 or 1,001 coins from a local wallet, but I had sort of 50 odd coins from first sort of day and a half of the month before the withdrawal kind of went through, so that's why I've got a few extra coins. But yeah, one stake this week for 1,000 odd coins, plus a few residual ones from the staking pool, so worth $3.72. Really good week for BeanCash, best we've had in a while. SmartCash 146.58 worth $3.33. Obviously SmartCash down substantially on last week, because last week we get our is the last week of the month where we receive our smart rewards. So every 4 weeks, or so on the 20 or any week that encompasses the 25th of the month, we have a really good week for SmartCash because we get the smart rewards. So back to usual kind of not staking but usual smart node rewards this week. Linda 2,111 coins worth $2.79. Akroma 61.33 coins worth $2.25. PIVX just over half a PIVX. Good week for PIVX staking on the pool this week worth 60 cents. And finally Shard 11.9 coins worth 69 cents. So that's a grand total of $21.96. Now obviously down about $8 from last week, but last week we did have that the smart rewards payment, so that always boosts up that particular week of the month. But with regard to the previous couple of months, I think we were on a $20, so up a sort of $1 or $2 on where we were a couple of weeks ago and the week before that, but broadly reached that kind of like level. So with coin prices as they are at the moment, until coin prices go up and we get a little bit of a kind of recovery, we're going to be down at that sort of 20 odd dollars a week level, I think. And then if we jump over quickly to the return on investment, we see broadly in line with where we were last week. No big changes really kind of across the board here. Obviously Neutron by far the worst performance. Some of the more recent ones like Shard still not doing too badly. You know, Linda is doing pretty well as well, and PIVX, although that was an early purchase, is not doing too badly considering the state of the market. Everything else around that sort of 70 odd % down. So if I just jump back to the first table, we can see total worth this week 9,052. That's down about $200 or $300 from last week. We've had a little bit of a pullback on some of our larger coins, a little bit of a pullback on Neo price. SmartCash price continues to go down. Really disappointing what's happening to SmartCash at the moment, but everything else broadly in line with where we were a week ago. No big changes for the last couple of weeks in prices. Excuse me. Really waiting for the market to break out one way or the other, I think, at the moment. And then if we have a look at the staking amounts, you can see here a little bit down on last week where we had the smart rewards, but up a little bit on the previous couple of weeks, and we're broadly around that sort of 20, low 20 kind of mark. We've been there for what, 6 weeks now, so really waiting for the market to do anything. You know, the market's sort of trending sideways into a really sort of like narrow kind of wedge now, so I'm expecting some kind of breakout in the next probably within the next week or two. I would have thought either a break to the upside or downside, but at the moment nothing really happening. We're seeing some little fluctuations up and down in prices, but nothing major happening really in the crypto markets in general. And finally the total amount, as I said, just a fraction over 9,000, so down a little bit from, I think we were 9.5 2 weeks ago, and then about 9.3 or 9.250 last week. So we're down a fraction, but up on the couple of weeks before. But we're again broadly in this kind of trend where we've been moving sideways, very little action up or down for the last few weeks. Anyway, that's it for this week. Ask me any questions as always in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. As I mentioned, I will be back on Friday with a live stream if I don't have any videos before that, and apologies again for the lack of videos apart from the staking update videos over the last few weeks. But anyway, have a great day. Thanks very much for watching. If you give me a thumbs up, that would be great. It helps other people find the channel. Apart from that, yeah, have a great day, and hopefully I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.